Please, can we go back? I have money. I can pay you. Oh. Wait. Is that where we're going? I mean, that place looks amazing.
Hello and happy early Halloween. This is our last show of October. Thanks for joining me nice and early. Nim Chimpskey as always. And hey, Quadratic Hawk. I like the name. Paladin 19. Very cool. Yeah, we're playing a spooky deck today. So we got the vampires out. The Pauper Classic Tuesday Tournament Championship End of the Year Extravaganza is tonight at 5. And so I might be playing this. I might not. But I wanted to play something on theme with the holidays. So I play this about, every 2 months? Love it, love it, love it. Blackburn. We've got 18 lands. 3 of them are this. We got 4 bumps. The big change up here is I'm running 4 Disfigures now. Obviously for Swift Spear, for Kiln Fiend, for lots of things. Good against Fae, all kinds of other good stuff. We've got 2 Fruits, 4 Okibas, 4 Serrated Arms of the Vein at 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. In our sideboard, we got 2 Spellbombs, 2 Witches, 4 Curses, 2 Rancid Earth. I like this because it can sweep up Sacred Cats against the Gate decks in a pinch too, kind of saving you a little 2-for-1 spell there. And then we've got 3 Debt to the Kami and 2 Arms of Hadar. So without further ado, because there's a UFC event in about 2 hours that I don't want to miss, I'm going to be trying to play a little bit quicker than usual. But thank you for all joining me here on this here propaganda. Whoops, I don't know why I did that. That's strange. It went little for the first time in a long time. So yeah, we did a new top intro show. Got a few new elements in there. Kind of a spooky theme, obviously, today. We're going with, what was I going to say? We have, some spooky, we've got like the horror commercial spoof coming up. Just some old goodies. Since it's my favorite holiday, I kind of tend to overdo it. And I think it was like last year or the year before, I did 4 Halloween shows for all of October. It was a little bit overdone. I liked it, but apparently not many others did. So pretty crazy. Hey, did our game just disappear? I don't even see us in the in here. Let's see. Can we create? Create. That was very strange. Yeah, we've got a new client here, so let me make sure that I'm not in double Q land. I am. Let me kill this so we don't get leave match. Okay, here we go. Let's see what we get. This hand is very good. I'm going to say this deck is so mean. If you keep 1 landers, it can just destroy you. Even when I have like quadruple Okiba gangs, I tend to not do that. I always like to lead off with this. Hold on just a minute here. I'm going to go here. Nope. Sorry about this, guys. This is what I'm talking about. Input settings. I got to unbind this. Bind to this. Okay, now we're ready. Let's go. All right. Now I'm ready where I should have been. Caffeinated up. Woo! Even Niners got good news in the football universe with getting Christian McCaffrey. So a good weekend of lots of sports and lots of things to do. So exciting times. Quadratic Hawk, if you're looking for Swift games, make it time to watch UFC. Burn strategies are the way to go. I think so, as I'm playing slower than ever. Here we go. All right, so we're probably up against some sort of control magic. Might want to slip in our stuff a little early, but I can't say no to an early Scorpion, followed by the efficiency of this, just in case they're on sprites. We'll see. We're going to have 2 critters next turn and about a 7 life point difference. Yeah, I went with just a basic black behind me for the Halloween vibe. And also, boy, speaking of Halloween, I saw the new Halloween Ends. God, what a travesty. That franchise, the original Halloween was so good. And then just every one of them just step down, step down, step down. It's kind of embarrassing. Wow, we've got some big time power here. I'm just going to try to turn on the gas, get in 4 damage. Or it looks like we're stalled out at 2 lands, which is fine for this list. It's about all we need. Serrated Scorpion takes a hit for the team and leaves back his friend, the Nezumi Road Captain. Yo. All right. What do we have here? Cool. I like that. We'll attack. Hopefully we use up some of his mana. If this gets in, I guess they don't have much removal. Looks like we're going to walk into a Spell Pierce or a hard counter. Actually, I've been seeing a lot of mana leaks lately. Kind of strange. I'll bring out the goods. Probably get a hard counter. Yep, there it is. Bloop. Got him on the back foot. Very normal for this list. You like this strategy as I do, you got to just really be wary of like insane life gain lists like the Fangren Marauder, Tron strategies, or anything with a lot of Weather the Storms main. It can be kind of a nightmare. You get them down to like that 2 or 3 damage range and then they gain 50 life. And we do really consistent good damage, but we can't do it all at once. And so that can kind of slip through the ropes sometimes. So, but yeah, if you're a UFC fan, be careful because the main event's like very soon. I always figure it's going to be PM time for the American audiences and stuff. Not this time. We really want to just hit another swamp here so we can double spell. Looks like they're digging for damage. Probably a terror list. I think you're dead on there, Nim Chimpskey. We'll attack here. Let's see what they want to do. All right, Scred's in. I think I'm going to sign in blood here. Okay. We haven't hit a land drop yet. I mean, if we get Spell Pierce, that will really suck. It's probably the best play for the opponent if he's got it, but they don't. We'll come in like this, and we'll drop the choice since they already showed. I'd rather get in the maximum damage since we have a lot of stuff that does 3. Torture. 3 to 22, feeling pretty good. Woo! Speaking of things that are serrated, I have a creatureless infect list that I'm always tweaking, but one of the coolest things is if you have proliferate, you can keep using your serrated arrows over and over and over again. So, terror, W. All right. Let's see. Debt to the Kami is probably going to be pretty good here. I don't know if I want to bring in too many. I don't really like the curse in this matchup. I don't know if they're on fairies, so we're kind of going a little naked here. I'm actually not too big of a fan of Bump in the Night in this matchup. I like how these come back. These don't come back as often, so and if they are on Fae, I want to cut my ones by just a bit. These Disfigures might have to go. I just still don't really quite know what they're on. Yeah, just you know what? Let's keep the bumps. We'll get rid of 2 Disfigures just because we didn't really see too many critters. That's why I think Debt's going to go a long way here. And we've also got Soul Reap and other good stuff here. So, Paya. Yeah, don't get me wrong. It's not a good deck, Quadratic Hawk, but I have had a lot of fun with it. I tend to like to brew the impossible because sometimes you come up with some really good things. All right, we got to ship this. No problem here. These are the kind of hands that can trap you, though. Not this one in particular, but if you had like 3 Okibas, I would still say don't keep it. This hand is just, I mean, this deck is, for 1-drops, or 1 swamp hands, it's really cursed. It like baits you. And every time I've kept one, I've almost always regretted it. All right, we'll keep this one. Really want to, we'll get rid of a Disfigure. Watch, they have a really fast out hand here. I'll get rid of the Alms. It's going to be a while before we can play that. I'd rather fill up our hand again and have some early threats that are going to guarantee some damage here. So we'll see what we can do. Push it to the limit. Quadratic Hawk. That's a pretty sweet name. Dayakuba still wins, but is Dayakuba in the house? Shout out. Got a lot of new coffee supporters over the last week. Thank you so much for that. little buy me a coffee site is what I use instead of Patreon. If you like the show and want to do that sort of thing, I'd love to have you. And then get your name in lights and on a card. And if you have a preference, always let me know that, because I'd hate for me to put you on a white card and you're like a black mage at heart. And thank you, Nim Chimpskey. Johnny on the spot. Look at that. Yeah, I've really, really learned to respect Sign in Blood. I think that's the biggest lesson I've learned with this, not the card, but in this list. I used to sometimes cut it, and now it's seriously become one of my favorites. There's so many ways around it, because, I mean, just about every spell gets you 2 life back. And whenever you can sneak that in, I tend to treat it as an MVP spell. You know, you really want to have it. So we're getting in these little bits of damage here. Not quite sure. Let's see what we top deck here. That's nice. Let's attack first. Try to play something that resembles good magic. Yeah. In comes the Scorpion. Yeah, I do a lot of holiday promos, and then I get kind of despondent because I can't show them except for like today's show for the Halloween stuff. And then we've got some Christmas promos and stuff like that. Of course, that's kind of the whole month, but you get my drift. I'd rather this get countered, so I'm going to lead off with it. See if he is playing fairies, or if not, we'll just drop another Scorpion here. Even if we run into a volcanic sweeper of sorts. Oh, a hard counter for that. Interesting. They're up against it, and our threshold's on point with the next counter or the death of the next Scorpion. There is not going to be a show next week. Nope. I am going to go to a huge Halloween party I speak of every year in the deep woods of near Lake Tahoe. And yeah, so we'll see you in November, and then after that it'll be smooth sailing, and I don't think I'll miss a show for quite a while. But yeah, I only miss about 3 or 4 a year, but one of them is definitely last week and then this next week. So nice little reset. Come on, Death of the Kami right off the top. That would be sweet. Well, we're not going to be doing much of anything here. I'll just hard cast this. Don't think we're winning this one. Got 4 cards in our hand, and none of them are good. And we got that countered. All right. I'm just going to do this to do something. We'll bring this down. I will block with that Scorpion. At this stage of the game, we're too close in life totals here. Boy, look at that hand. Isn't it gorgeous? If you like swamps. Looks like we're going to a game 3. Yeah, I'm tempted to play something like this or Black Sack, or who knows, maybe I'll play my Midnight Gond. I'm not even sure, but yeah, I think it's only the people that have won that are playing tonight. I might be mistaken on that, but and then the new client, I don't know if anybody's had any woes with that. It seemed pretty seamless coming through. Just import your new settings and go from there, but hopefully none of you have had too many hiccups with it. Hey, I'm going to tap everything to just do a really shifty, be careful I don't click on myself here, right? Make it look like we've got other stuff to do. We don't. We're just going to be trying to salvage this hand. This is what I love about these blood tokens. Even when you don't have the thing online, you can do this stuff. So, yeah, I'm just going to try to keep fixing my hand here. Boop. All right. I've already done that. Try to get in 3 if we can. All right. That might be closer than we thought. Blood tokens go so far. It's another card that, really grows on you as a designer. You look at it, and it's just, it's tough being an old schooler. You look at it, and you're like, 2 damage, big deal. I don't know if it's worth a spot. But, man, those blood tokens, as we just saw, it pretty much fixed our hand. Got rid of 2 as like a bad faithless looting if you use it like that. But, hey, I'll take it any day over just looking at 4 swamps. Oh, interesting, Pauper Tim. Yeah, I didn't have any problem. In fact, it felt a little suspect that we had to reload a client. I was like, what? This is exactly the same program with, 1 or 2 different messages up, but I don't know how all that works, so figure it out another time. Another person, another time. Okay, yeah, I really like this. I could get real greedy. Let's lead off with this. Oh my gosh, it's going to work. Torture. All right. So do we fruit here or torture? He's already kind of showing he doesn't have the one, but if he has a spell pierce, I'm going to favor the other. So I'm going to fruit here. We'll get rid of the swamps that caused us all this pain. Done. All right. Down we go. So yeah, if you caught the intro of the show, a lot of Halloween flair in there. I got in, oh, what's that one black spell? It does like 1 damage. You mill 1 card. You do. It's like 1 of everything, and it's not really playable. But the girl has the black eyes. I remember pulling that animation up. And just late last night, I was reviewing the show and setting everything up, and I accidentally it cut to one of the Wizards graphics that comes on that trailer, and I'm like, oh no! So I had to middle of the night, 1 frame, people. I re-uploaded everything for 1 frame. That's how much I care. We are at 4. Is it double bolt to the face? Well, that was interesting. Oh, they knew we had them, so they I guess they committed suicide via their creature. That was pretty sweet. All right. Nice little 2-0 outing there. Yeah, like I said, this deck could feel really OP sometimes. The boogeyman you don't want to face are a lot of your own. That's why I wasn't seeing that. Like I was saying, life, or if you run into Rakdos burn, it's just a wee bit more consistent. However, I haven't fought it yet with the Disfigures, and that might make a big difference in because they're constantly able not only to gain the life and draw a few, about 10-15% more cards than we do, but the kitchen imp is really kind of keeps eating at you. But we've got that figured out in this. So I'm not saying it's going to be a turning point, but it's so you might say, well, why don't you just play that? Well, there's decks that this beats that one usually doesn't. And I just really like how streamlined this is. So, Vicious Rumors. Thank you, Nim Chimpskey. Man, you are on it, my friend. And I know there's new Carnarium art out there. I saw Cooper the Red with it. And I just really like the original. It's so cool looking. Hopefully we can make these Disfigures pay out. Every once in a while I'll run into like a game 1 against fairies. I'm just so grateful for it. And so many combat tricks with Disfigure. With, you know, all these like 2/2 and 1/2 bodies that we have. All these. We only have 8 creatures total in the list. All right. I'm getting a little wary of dropping a Carnarium here against a Cleansing Wildfire list. But we'll see what happens. We can definitely thin out our list. That's for sure. We got plenty of basics to go fetch. All right. Deck's fighting us a little bit here. That's all right. And like the other day, somebody, what'd they do? They had that black spell, Tendrils of Agony, and I was able to disfigure my dude before. It was a Okiba warrior, and that was good times. Now we're going to have to discard something. I'll probably make it another Carnarium. Oh, that was a big punt. I was sitting there thinking, and I clicked right through the land drop there. Whoopsie. Here we go. I guess we could run into that and disfigure it. That's what I'm talking about. There's just, I've started to not even think of it as removal. It feels almost like a white combat trick spell. The more I play it, really like it. Well, if we lose this one, that's on me, not the deck. Bum, 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 bum. Here we go. Well, at least we can do something with that. Let's attack here. Yeah, I haven't really liked many of them compared to the originals, so we can at least get some value out of this. You might be tempted to blow up our Carnarium here. I would be. I can still hold it 7. But yeah, it's a pretty Halloween-looking hand, right? We got vampires, things going on. Creepy graveyards with, you know, I've never known. Is this like a tombstone or what? It kind of looks like a, it's too sculpted to just be a rock. Looking to buy a new Pauper deck. What's that Gates Hot deck doing? Any key components likely to be banned? I don't think so. I think that's pretty well balanced. I haven't heard too many complaints on that end. It's grindy and consistent as hell if you play it right. That's for sure. I'm going to keep running into those Skyfishers. Glad our Carnarium survived. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, we might be able to take out both Skyfishers if he blocks here. We can Disfigure one and then Soul Reap the next. Come on, Governor. No? All right. Or do we wait on it? Don't really want to be taking too much damage tonight. Yes, I am. Gaston Bendit. I'm playing in that. Hopefully you are too, and I'll see you in about, what, 7 hours or 7.5 hours? I forget. Right around 5 p.m. our time. Hiya! Let me see. I really want to Soul Reap here, but I don't want to really lose too much tempo. Well, let's say okay to the damage. He's not falling for my trap, folks. Let's kiss. Let's try that. We'll do this. Get our life total back up to 20. Try to play. Make sure I'm not. All right. Here we go. Hey, ISHP. That's right. We've had many battles throughout the years. Good to have you with us, my friend. You had that cool Boros list that leaned heavy on the guy that gets bigger with all the men you have. I forgot. I saw you brewing that. That was probably about a year back, but you were consistently on that one for quite a while. Yeah, I got to do my best not to start drinking beer in the afternoon. Saturday afternoon, you know, I usually partake in some libations of the slowing down persuasions. So I got to have a little bit of discipline and at least wait till maybe the finals before I crack one. Don't want to. I've already misclicked today, right? Maybe something will go wrong that way. I think I'm going to pitch one of these Disfigures. Let's see what we have here. All right. And by I think I am going to, I'll discard the Disfigure. All right. Here we are. There's a swamp. I like that. We'll just play this nice and easy. I'm going to kiss again. In case there's any sort of trick, I'll attack here. Probably should have done that before the other order there. All right. We'll Soul Reap one of these guys. Keep the math going a little. Unless he wants to blink it or something. There's not many targets for that, is there? Oh, okay. Deadly Dispute. Number 1 on our Pauper Power 9. If you saw our new one there, I got it in today's show too. So, and again, a little warning. Today's commercials and all my custom stuff is going to be a little darker, obviously, being a Halloween themed show. So if you got kids and stuff, might want to put it on a bit of a delay. Just for the one. We've got that one really cheesily, overly bloody movie. Oh, man, I hate lists that have the discipline to run Navigator's Compass. That's such a good card. Fix everything. Keep gaining life. Reverse Lightning Bolt all the time. One of these years, I'm going to get a coffee maker right here. You know. All right, 12-18, but it does feel like it's slipping away. That Navigator's Compass is going to be doing a whole lot of work, especially if that Skyfisher comes back. I'm really worried about like an Omen coming out. Oh, speak of the devil. This one is slipping away fast. If we had him in single digits, maybe. And down comes Skyfisher. Now the big question, do you think you got to bounce Omen here, but maybe I'll do the Compass. If he does do Compass, it probably means he's got another Skyfisher in hand. Yikes. Not a good. Not good. Oh, that's a good idea, Nim Chimpskey. Just get a intravenous thing there. All right. Oh, we've got another critter. Let's see if we can trade for Skyfisher. I mean, it'll probably just keep coming back, but use that Disfigure for something. I like just showing them that we've got it. It's like, hey, look at this. I'll sign here. Yeah, I guess we could just keep getting our damage out. Throw out the Scorpion. Did I play a land this turn? Good. Target this. Choose a target. This one. Cancel. To hell. This. All right. Now I'll do this, and we'll get rid of one of these. Certainly. All right. Churning through the blood. We beat a terror list. I don't think we're going to get out of this game, though. That Compass synergy with the Skyfisher Omen Lock is brutal. That's why I run Debt to the Kami. A lot of people think it's for hexproof. Obviously, that's good. Heroic, that's good. But it's really for affinity and these kind of lists to permanently either get rid of the makeshift munitions or the big boys, the Mer Enforcers. All right, time to double block that token. We've only pitched one Disfigure. They show me like a prismatic here. Actually, prismatic's not that good against us, but that sure is. I see what we draw, and I think we're gonna scoop this one. 6 air power, turn with consistent, reverse lightning bolt life gain is a bit much. I'm gonna have to really think hard about what we do here. But see, Disfigure's so good in this matchup just because Skyfisher can't block and it kills just about everything else. So that's good times. I'll start here. I'll start with this, killing that. Do this, killing that. See, I have blink effects too. What's going on here? Get 3 of our life back. And go like this. No more Skyfishers. We can recast Bump in the Night now. We've got 2 of them in the yard. The game's not over, but it's really draw dependent. Another compass or another way to interact with it is kind of going to spell the end of our attempts here. What about you, chat? What's your favorite list? Like, not your best list, just, you wake up, feel like playing Magic, what do you want to play? Because this has always been one of mine. It's pretty big no-brainer when it's a Halloween show. I was like, yeah, that's a pretty easy decision. I know Nim Chimpskey's always been a fan of ultra grindy, mid-rangey decks. You usually have my number. Shiraz, I can't really put you on a list. We haven't played all that much. I think the most games Shiraz and I played was Pauper Singleton, and he dominated. I got a little too cutesy with my build, and if I remember right, you had like the Dinrova lock on me, and I was like, thanks a lot. Fave, Timeless. Oh, Tireless builds. Nice, Quadratic Hawk. Yeah, I've always been a fan of Tireless Tribe lists. Love how sneaky those can be. All right, well, we're not going to be able to block, so I'm just going to, attack, so I'm just going to block here. I'll put him at 6. There are some scenarios where we might be able to wiggle out of this one unless he drops something here, but that does help us and hurt him or her or whatever. Oh my gosh, Araz. Crazy. This helps. This helps a lot. So let's sign here. Oh no, we just win if we do them both to him, right? Yeah, let's... Well, I'm glad I didn't scoop. Here's 4. Torture. I was about to sign in blood ourselves, looking for an answer, but we have it right here. I'll just make them do it. Always kind of one of the funner ways to win with this list. I didn't think we were going to squeak out of that one, and we might not have. Oh, we did. All right. Let's call that, oh gosh, what would you call that? Aspan goods. I don't even know what I mean anymore. All right. Debt to the Kami. I think I'm going to bring in 2 of those and 2 of these. Let me see out of the sideboard. Yeah, enough. I think I'm just going to do that. I'm going to leave the Disfigures in. I'm going to get rid of 2 bumps. 1 fruit. What else? Mardu mid-range. Yeah, yeah. What did I call it? I always get those things. Thank you for the correction there. Useless. A little overextending. These are really good against elves, goblins, stuff that just goes out really fast. I used to run 3, but I really wanted to make some room for some witches against Fae and company. Witches just go so far. Plus, it's a Halloween show, so I had to play a witch, right? Got a vampire here, so we're at 61. I'll be on the draw. I'm going to get rid of one more bump. Very late game card. And I know it can help trigger the Soul Reap, but all right. I really like this hand. Just an honest 3-land hand with a Sign in Blood. We'll keep Mono Black Madness Burn. Nice. Breathless Night. That's right, Pauper Tim. You should get the original art for that and have it framed, my friend. Let's see how we do here. All right. The weather has finally turned in our neck of the woods. We actually have the windows closed and usually have the windows open all the time, including the front door just wide open with this nice little screen to keep the bugs out. But it's kind of our summer makeup. But now it's getting chilly, so always a fan of that kind of weather. You can always put on another layer of clothing. You can't always jump into a body of water. Oh boy, early compass tricks, not good. Oh, they got some great tempo already. Look at this. Color fixin', both colors, evasion creature. Woo! All right, Okiba. Yeah, I'm a sucker for perfect mana. Do we attack and see if they've got it? I'm going to attack. We've already shown them we've got Disfigure. Of course, I should have thought that through a little bit more. If we had Disfigure, we would have just used it. So, note to self, that wasn't the best plan of attack. All right, Sign in Blood here. Put our life back, right? So next turn we can Okiba Soul Reap. That'll be kind of nice. Not a fan of the this artwork. Just a little too modern, too current. Magic. I always feel like it should be more D&D feeling based. I know you got to stretch your wings a bit. Oh boy, I know I said we weren't going to lose it last game or win last game, and we did. But man, double compass. This is rough. That's 9 life they've gained already. Steady life gain or a whole lot of it. That can spell the end for this list pretty good. But it is the little engine that could, and it tends to just keep getting there. So I'll knock this down. Crunch. And just like that, they're at a respectable life total again. We shall kiss and then bite. I was watching Cooper the Red a couple days ago, and he was playing something similar. And he was like, first we'll kiss you, then we'll bite you. I was like, that's interesting. Well, they're not hurting for land. I guess that's just for the draw aspect there. Navigator's Compass almost feels a little, what do you call it, over the top here, but the life gain sure does get it there, doesn't it? All right, we'll hold on to that fruit till I can actually do something a little bit more with it. We'll get them down to 20, switch life totals here. And I don't know if there's a reason to do this now. I've already played a land drop, so we'll chill and just do it on their turn. Not that Prismatic is something to be worried about. One of the greatest things about this list, boy, no COP. I mean, well, COP obviously would, but like Prismatic and like a lot of, Hydroblast, Pyroblast, all those ways out of the typical color locks. Not this time. Woo! Okay. Always yield. This tiny little thing shows up trying to make me mess up. Let's go. First I kissed you, then I bit you. Okay, that's enough lands, please. Yeah, that is enough lands. You know what? I'm going to use one right now. Just going to try to keep our quality up so I can keep hitting stuff here. I'll worry about the fruit at a later date. We'll get 3 life in here. Watch, he pulls green and casts Weather the Storm right now. I'll be like, no! Drop the Carnarium. Return the land. Really want to draw another blood just to get rid of these lands. Okiba made it to the Halloween special. Been having to watch YouTube uploads. Oh man, yeah. And note to everybody, this is the last show of October. Next week, I'm attending a really big Halloween party in the middle of the woods, up in the Lake Tahoe area. Do it every year, and unfortunately, it takes me away from you. But I come back all fully recharged, right? But then after that, smooth sailing. I hate to do that as a content creator. I like to be very steady and every Saturday, but, you know, life happens. Okay, that is enough of those. Let's bring this in here. Let's not forget they've gained, I think, 12 life, or 9 maybe. It's been a lot. Been frustrating. Done. And I'll play this. 2, 4, 6 is where we usually want to hold. But, I don't know, with an active fruit in the yard, yeah, I think that's a good number to hold on, especially if we get another blood token out. Okay, show me nothing, show me nothing. Show me nothing. Ah, that's something. Man. No Skyfishers, no Skyfisher. That is 12 life they've gained. We would have them at 1. I think they're on strands right now, and they're not realizing that it's not good against us. So much card. God, I love this. I always think of it as like a ball lightning. So it ends up doing 2 and 2, which is 4 in my book, you know, gaining the life. And then if it attacks once, it's done 6 damage for 1 mana. It's just crazy. I know ball lightning costs 3, so I probably shouldn't make that assumption. Bloop, bloop. Let's go. You, and you. Done. Now if they kill it, we can turn back on fruit. I think I'll hold on to these lands. If we draw blood, we're going to want to do that. Yep, I have never been able to make Breathless Night work. Oh no, here comes the engine. Dang it. Where's our sideboard? Well, it's no Skyfisher, but it's just as good in this case. I guess, you know, technically can't really get back Omen yet. But just knowing that that's there is frustrating. Come on. Nothing. Nothing. That's something. Oh, they don't have the mana for it. Oh, yeah, they do. Duh. That's what a compass does. Here we go. God, it was really daunting how many projects I've worked on over the years that are propaganda related, because I was looking for the original Halloween intro that we did last year and just was going to modify it, make it a lot easier on myself, and I couldn't find it. And I'm kind of a neat freak, except when I started up, and that's like back when I did a lot of these things, and so I've just got this promo over here, that promo over there. It's pretty messy. All right, I'll bring this out, throw this back in our hand, and it feels like last game where it's like feels like it's slipping away from us, but you never know. Maybe they just don't really have much of anything at 30 life. I'm not too worried about that makeshift munitions. I'm sure it's going to take down our Okiba. Not quite sure what you lose for it though. I guess you only need 1 compass out to start shenanigans, which I've thought about putting in this list sometimes. We do have access to red, and sometimes you can just overboard as a designer or a player, and it's a good lesson to learn sometimes, just understanding what deck you're not supposed to be good against and not trying to over-design and weaken every other matchup to just give yourself like a 40% chance when it was normally 30%. I've fallen into that trap many times. usually come full circle, and it's like, you know what? I'm going to play my butt off, but if I lose this matchup, that's supposed to happen. And that's how life gain lists are against this one. Okay. That ain't so bad. So we can do 6 damage this turn. 7 if you count Okiba. Won't rock like this. It's like torture. But that also turns on the fruit, so that's pretty cool. Fruit. Fruit for the root. Boom, boom, boom. Done. Nice clean graveyard. Doesn't need help from nobody. I'll play a swamp. All right, now I'm going to hold. 2, 4, 6, 8. I don't think I've ever seen so much mana. Thanks for joining me, everybody. A little early Halloween show. Celebrate the holidays. Oh, no. My road captain. No. Better that than a Skyfisher or more life gain. There's so many outs we have here. I just hope we draw one and they don't draw 2 cards left. All right. I think they would have played something given the kind of the cadence of the atmosphere here. It feels like if they had a way to return that or play a Skyfisher, they would have. God, I hope they're holding Prismatic Strands. Not the greatest card. I'll take it, though. I'm just going to pitch it now, guys. Just have no discipline with this at a stage like this in the game. We'll kill you off here. Say, okay, we draw a card. Yes. Come on, list. Help me out here a little bit. It's frustrating. Didn't really grab any. There's so many cards in our list that win the game right there. So I'd still do that again, but it's just unfortunate that we drew another swamp. Yeah, now they're getting a bit desperate. Yeah, if he can find a Skyfisher, not going to be good. Got lots of cannon fodder to keep that munitions, keep me honest. Plus, you know, we're on a 6-turn clock even without the munitions. That's going to speed it up by probably 1.5 turns. So, very October appropriate. Yes. Deadly Dispute showing up. I don't like all this drawing. No. I feel I'm slipping back into the game here. God, I don't want to face any more mid-range decks. I want to be able to see the UFC fight. I will have a hard out at 2 hours. Even if I don't play 5. Glad my wife noticed that. 99.99999% of the time, UFC fights are like at 7 p.m. where we live. It's like one in history that's happened like this, but they're over. And all right, I think it's about time to call this one. Let's just see what we draw next. If it's another land, if our deck wants to just, you know, slap me around like that. Have like a record number of. Well, we've only pitched one. That last game was the one that we did all the extra work on. Doesn't have the kaboom of like a burn list, but it does have a lot of consistency and that grindiness. And then every time you're getting consistent life loss, you're also gaining life the majority of the time. Of course, those Journey to Nowhere's kind of made a little side plan for that. But 8 damage next turn, half our life, and we draw. Not enough. All right, let's go to game 3. Should we? Or do we fight it out? This gains us 3 more. Let's see one more hand. So if I play one more spell, I can fruit again. Now there's a scenario if you can't gain any life here that we can cast fruit and maybe get another Tyrant's Choice. Nope. That shuts the door. That's pretty much it, Quadratic Hawk. Oh, they forgot to attack. Awesome. Extra turn. Boink. Well, that's no good, is it? Hold. One more turn, just because they didn't attack. Got Radiant Fountain and Navigator's Compass. What's next? Lone Missionary? Good grief. Can't blame them, though. You know, the Koldatha Red new style of burn list is awfully good. We got a really good game against it, but a lot of really good decks don't. Okay, can we do this? Something that matters? All right. First, we'll do this. Try to stay a little bit alive. And we'll do this. Did we get there? He's going to zap it in response. What is this new devil? Oh, he's going to pitch it in response to makeshift. Avoid the damage. It's a good move. Keeps him alive. All right. No damage taken. Good move, my opponent. 4. We'll sneak in with a fruit here. We're still in top deck mode. Dink. No more lands, please. Take 6. 2, 4. I don't think he has enough resources to really makeshift us out to death, but he might. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think they got it. It's going to be messy, but. Fruit doing a lot of work here. That's good. Wait, does he have enough? 3. I think he does. Yeah. Tech for the win. Sack every artifact in the lands, and you're good to go. Or not. Obsessed with staying alive to the point where they aren't going to win this one. So many cards. I guess you could argue that either way. So much life gain we've seen so far. All right. Looks like we're going to get one more draw step here. I'm pretty sure they had it if my math was right. Full swing and then just sack every artifact. They had the mana to do it. Oh boy. 4, 2, that's 6. We can still do it. Can we? No. We need like a sign in blood draw. And then we need to hit. That's why I haven't quit yet. There's still a few outs. Kind of a nail biter. This is only game 2. I haven't lost yet. Of course, let's be honest. We'd probably be dead this turn if he didn't forget to attack. So there'll be a little asterisk by this win if we can pull off the miracle. But I don't think we're going to be able to. We need a sign in blood. Sign in blood. Well, that's almost it, isn't it? Boop, boop. But we don't have enough. Between this and that, we're 1 card away in our sideboard from this being able to work. So, bonk. Nice close one. We'll go to game 3. Boy, that fruit was doing some work. Disfigures, where were you? I don't think Spellbomb might be the way to go here. Not enough critters for Trespasser's Curse. It's close. But a lot of times these lists like to run Dawnbringer Cleric. And it's already good enough against Okiba. I don't know if we just go pure aggro, bring back in the bumps, lose the spell bombs. We saw Journey. They've also got the... so this isn't going to be very good against enchantments because they have so many. I'm going to take those out. We're going to bring in a bump and another and our second fruit there. Yeah, Trespasser's a little bit... I don't know. We've got a lot of removal. I like that. Hadar might be good here. Maybe do 1 and 1 like this. Let's try that. I don't really want to see it till way late, and there's all these samurai tokens and stuff like that. Well, let's go. Yes. 3 lands. I like it. We will keep. And because we've got that Soul Reap, I'm going to probably not do this until turn 3, unless our hand improves. Got kind of a clunker here, but it's a lot of steady damage after turn 2, which isn't... Nice point there, Tim. Thank you. Yeah, but then they omen it back, and then they keep doing it. And that's what I can't stand. And always be careful, too, with Nihil Spellbomb. It's not a black spell. I think I've done that once where I thought Soul Reap would trigger, and it's like, oh, it says black. And that is an artifact. Dang it. All right, no compasses. Come on. Almost as bad. I got Skyfisher right behind it. Oh, my gosh. I'll just gain 5 life. There it is. At least we can kill it. Ooh-wee. 8 life. Turn 2. Okay. Yeah. All right, let's be a little careful here. My plan came true. We'll do this, and then we'll do this to you. Boop, boop. Crunch. Probably just, I guess, Spellbomb Carnarium go, maybe. There it is again. Might have him down to the low teens if this was a... Oh my goodness. What a draw. They kept a good 7. Yeah, I think so too, Pauper Tim. It's somewhere around there, right? We can kill that Skyfisher, maybe stop these shenanigans. Just they keep holding off at that damage level. It's rough. I'm not too worried about Spellbomb here. I'm going to get in the damage here. We'll cast Carnarium. I'm a fan of just maximizing my mana approach. Unless I'm up against blue, then I reevaluate. And for the 3rd time. And one night I had a real bad beat against a similar list like this. It might have been the same list. And I had written on this my little notepad that I'm always taking notes on for lists and stuff. And I was like, shenanigans? I was like, I could have one in this, just floating around, dredging stuff up, being able to turn stuff like that off. Because we're only playing red for that one reason. All right. Shall we, I guess we'll just torture here. Tempted to pull death at this rate. We'll drop this. Pass the turn. Had the weirdest pain in my right eye for about 5 days now. It feels like somebody just punched my eye, not my bone or anything around there, just the eye. It's like really tender, but it's that irritating kind of tender that you always want to touch it and see if it's better, and it's not. I don't know what's causing it. It's like I'm sleeping like this or something. Any eye doctors out there? I gotta go see you. And I'll be Pirate Deluxe. Scorpion. Probably gonna get journeyed. I'd rather keep this card in our hand, a mystery. So we'll fruit here. With all this life gain, though, I think it's really boding well for... Hello? Yeah. I thought I clicked 3, didn't I? 2, 3. Okay. There we go. Aye, the pirate. I'll throw it out there. Let's go. They can deal with that scorpion. It's just going to turn on fruit. Okay. Keeps me alive. I mean, they're at 12. Remember, they've gained like, I think, 9 or 12 life. Can't quite remember. It's been a lot. And they have the Radiant Fountain, too. So, yep, there it is again. That's already reverse fire blasted us. Just the fountain alone, you'd be at 10. The rest of it. Resilient, that's for sure. But so's our steady clock of removal, you know? All right. I see. Let's do this to here. I want to turn on the jets here. I want to draw something. Yes. Cool. And go like that. This way, if a journey shows up, we can zap our dude. I don't know if the fruit's worth that trick. I don't think they're going to use that on that. So let's fruit while we can. Done. Get rid of that Radiant Fountain ability there. Aggro wins me so many games when I play that way, but it also can cost me without the discipline to sit and wait on that Spellbomb to become kind of relevant. Because if we see some sort of a omen thing here, I'm going to feel like a fool. But much rather, oh man, I can't believe they're using that on a Scorpion. Well, my first hunch was the right one. I could have at least got rid of the Skyfisher. That's not that great of a play though, because then they just bounce it back. Technically, get double value. I'm actually fine with that. I don't think I would have changed that, really. Journey tricks are nice, but Skyfisher just returns it, like I said, and especially with the mana count that they're running, they usually end up getting just mega value out of everything. All right. Been a riveting game, that's for sure. We're up on time. That feels nice. Here we are, Okiba in the house. Bloop, bloop. Man, we need a Sign in Blood. Often thought running Deadly Dispute myself with 4 artifact lands. Oh man. God, I got enough life gain in this list. They're really prepared for the red list, that's for sure. Light of Hope. Got Radiant Fountain, Navigator's Compass. This is rough. Oh, Okiba didn't even only gain 1 life. It's a record. Never had that happen. We'll get 3 life back out of it as long as we don't draw many swamps here. I'd like to either see a best would be like Sign in Blood into a Vampire's Kiss. Because then we could cycle away any extra lands we get. Mardu, Omen of Life. Mole. You could just call that Mole. What are you playing at the tournament? I'm playing Mole. Going in blind and gaining a lot of life. What is in their hand? Just a bunch of hate? Alright. I can always disfigure our own dude and gain the life out of it if another journey shows up. That way we do get damage in, which will be technically like around pseudomath 6. Because we're going to gain 2 and then that turns on the fruit. Well, a little engine that could. We might be able to get there if they don't have any more life shenanigans. Like I said, is amazingly over the top life gain as our opponent has drawn. We've really kind of got them a little worried here. I'm sure they're going to just gain 4 here. No reason not to. Yep, that's a lot of life for 1 mana, man. How much life is our opponent eating up here? This is nuts. Okay. Oh, this is depressing. Just going to go to 13 here. Remember, we still have Arms of Hadar, so I want to wait on this Disfigure in case we draw. What's the one? Our Searing Blaze card. If I play another black spell, got plenty of mana, so that way we could Hadar the Skyfisher, or Hadar everything, Disfigure the Skyfisher, keep moving. Come on, Sign in Blood. Let's go. I summon thee. Soul Wraith, that's the one. Thank you, Nim Chimpskey. Hiya! Well, it ain't so bad. It's life after all. I'm going to kill this while I can. They're going to be able to blink it somehow. Go like that. 3, turn on the fruit. Turn on the fruit. Turn on the fruit. There we are. Yeah, I was noticing that the clock, but we're not. It's not like we're at 40-something life. This is very attainable by our opponent, especially if they get any more bounce or. Oh god. All right, guys. I think we're gonna ship this one in. He gets that back. That's 3 life a turn, and we're in top deck mode. He's got us. We'll give it up to him. Woo! I'm gonna go get some more coffee, and I'll be right back after this cool little swamp intro. Be right back.
Get swamped with horror. As Propaganda Studios presents all the classic horror films from the legendary Pachuca brothers. First, the 70s masterpiece, Howl from Beyond. Then, the fan favorite, The Faceless Butcher. Plus, the cult classic, Undying Evil. Followed by non-stop horror like Innocent Blood, Grim Harvest, Bloodseeker, Evil Presence, Twisted Abomination, and many more. A murderous mayhem marathon, Rakdos style. Don't miss Propaganda's horror galore. Coming soon.
And we're back. Yeah. That's the card that took us down. All right, Mtmentat in the house. Feeling good? Woo! That was a mega close one. Super fun. We're already in a queue, so we're going to see what we can see. At least 1 or 2 more here. Hopefully they're not grind fests like that one was, but it was a lot of fun. Only 2 movie clips? Yeah, a lot of... I should go back and, let's see if there's any cards here. Yeah, we could have been Vampire's Kiss. And that was one of my favorite edits. Shirazman helped me a lot with that. He found all these old movie clips, and hey, Pauper Tim, all right. Here we go. Hopefully they're not playing mid-rangey. Pauper Akbar in the house. Good times indeed. We are flooded here, but we have a kiss. Early removal. I'll lean on keeping this one. Much rather this than a one-lander. Pauper Tim going for the kill. Sounds like something in a Top Gun movie, like he's... Pauper Tim's the pilot. What do we have here? Merc Servitor. Graveyard shenanigans. What's going on? We'll keep things back. We'll just drain here. I don't know if that's Disfigure worthy or not. You can always count on Pauper Tim for some very unique lists. Just about all of you, really. It's one thing we're always brewing. It's new things, right? Yeah, he sounded like who said that? Obi-Wan Kenobi, that's right. He's like, Obi-Wan, that's a name I haven't heard in a long time. Didn't think I'd catch that, did you, Quadratic Hawk? I'm no cinephile, but I do cut a lot of movies, so. I think this is one of the top cards when people get in a Pauper. They're like, oh, have you tried this? It's like, yes, everybody's tried it. We'll see if Pauper Tim has cracked the code. All right, we'll just kiss here. Obviously, it's good with our Madness card, but in this list, it's very good at stopping Flood and fixing our hand. I tend to hard cast the Madness card quite a bit. I don't like to wait around on it. Maximize each turn is how I believe you should be playing this list. It's Gandalf from the Star Trek movie. I'm just shoving them all together. It's one of my favorite lines in that Lord of the Rings. I cut the hell out of that movie so many times when I was making the trailer and and then I saw it in theaters. It was definitely my favorite of the three, but I loved when Boromir was like, what is this new devilry? I was like, oh, that's a good line. Deck today, Ducat VT is Blackburn with a little Disfigure love. Yep, I'm one of many that did that, Quadratic Hawk. That's what I do for a living. Alrighty, that was that was a career ago. That was a ways back, but it's the biggest one that I've done. Boop. All right, there we go. Let's get a nice efficient turn turned in here. Don't get me wrong, worldwide there were probably 40 trailers for it, so a lot of that's regional stuff. But yeah, it's a pretty cool. It's fun, when you work just in editing in general. There's hey, it's a Breathless Night list. Here we go. We're making everybody happy. A lot of times, some of the hardest edits are actually when you have like just talking heads and there's nothing really to cut to. But man, when you have an embarrassment of riches like Lord of the Rings, it's disgusting how much good stuff there was to pull from there. Well, let's see. When it enters the battlefield, enter from the graveyard, or you cast it from the graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter. So we don't really want to disfigure that, unless I'm misreading it. I'm going to just look for another card here. And it's not one that we really need here too much. We'll do this. Yeah. Yeah, I think, if I remember right, Lord of the Rings broke records with, especially the first film. So normally, I think I've told the story before, but it's been a while. Normally in a movie, you have what's called shooting like 3 or 4 to 1 for like your average. So it means like for every 4 hours of footage, you're using one. Lord of the Rings was something like 130 to 1. So it was like, hey, do we have a shot of this angle of what's her name riding the horse against the Nazgul? And they're like, oh yeah. And they pull up this vault and there's like 5 hours of footage in it. It's just that angle. It's like, oh my God. Like you could fuss over frames and all kinds of, almost too much, it's just too much. Too much gore. Things are going to be dying. I think we just want to race to the face here. That lifelink kind of sucks. Don't really want to kill it because it comes back even stronger. I wish this was a... oh, come on, list. Help me out here. Here he goes. All right. Well, I can at least... Fruit of Tizerus here. Gotta be careful what we pick out. Done. Yeah, pretty much, Nim Chimpskey. Now, I did watch the new one on Prime. I thought that started really slow, and I felt I called it the staring movie. It was like after each line, they just kind of waited for like applause or something and would just stare deeply in everybody's, it's like, people don't talk like that. It's like 1 or 2 heavy lines maybe, but I don't know. The first 3 or 4 of those, I almost stopped watching it, but the last couple turned out pretty good. But it's just standard Hollywood junk where you feel them just stretching it for all it's worth. And it's like, this could be a really solid 2 or 3 movie arc, or maybe just one, but you're going to turn it into 9 seasons. And a lot of shows are going that route. And it's one of the things that really sucks about my job is you can see it coming a mile away because you know all the tricks. All right. What are we doing here, Nested Shambler? So how's this read again? I'm always confused by this card. Whenever it, Breathless Night or another creature, that creature entered from the graveyard or is cast from the graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on it. So that means that little squirrel's going to come out even stronger, eh? Let's just see it work, shall we? Bonk. Let's see if he does any tricks with the Angelic Renewal here. All right, we lose our dude. Not sure. I kind of want to keep Nezumi alive. If we kill this, that's just a turn. I'd like to keep Nezumi alive here. I'll try to save Nezumi. These can keep trading. Life. If he has to use 2 resources here. All right. Boop. My gosh, when the new client came out, for the first time in like 4 years, I was like, you know what? I'm going to see if I can have the discipline to keep F6 active. I lost like 3 games in a half hour. I know it's from my job because, and on top of that, I play a lot of guitar. And so like my fingers are very happy moving independently of my mind. And if you edit for any length of time, then 99% of it is hotkeys and not using your mouse. It's just, sounds like you're typing really fast, and all of a sudden this, movie is being built or a commercial or what have you. So much of it's that way. But is Pauper Tim going to beat me with Breathless Nights? What a jerk. If I'm going to lose, I'd love it to be to the Orange Mitten. But yeah, a lot of the footage, some of my videos that I cut, are like, I'll be on set and technically have permission to use a lot of the stuff. So it's a good thing to be an editor. All right. I think he's got this one. We're really going to want Hadar in this matchup. I know these things come back. Oh, yeah, we're going to really want Death to the Kami, aren't we? So, yeah, I could attack him, but then we're taking 5 next turn because he's just going to trip it here. So we'll just slow roll it. We're really going to need to... Oh, man, look at this. We got to just eat the bumps. I'm going to do it. Even if we draw a Carnarium, that's like 4 turns of waiting around after the Carnarium. Yeah, Nihil's a good one. You're right. Let's see. I'll call this B Knight. So, Spellbomb. Kami. Yeah, I'm not too big of a fan of black being able to get rid of enchantments, and it's kind of been a thing for a year or two. It just feels a little too flexible, the options that you've got. Oh, here comes 6 life. Gosh darn it. I think he's got our number because of that steady life gain. We can't really keep up with that. Pauper Tim with the Breathless Night. That's a Halloween themed. We're fine with that, right? Alrighty. We'll concede here. Oops. Go to the next game. Let's see. Witches feel good. Boy, the curse feels pretty good, huh? Let's make sure we bring in what we need first before we start overboarding here. Again, I'm going to lose 3 bumps. Disfigure, I'm not sure about. 1 spot removal doesn't feel that great in this matchup, even though, we're seeing a lot of stuff. I'd rather these be witches. These be witches. So we can get rid of the little shenanigans. I'd really like to get in these curses, too. Breathless Horseman. Nice. Arms of Hadar. That'd be a bloodbath. Might not work out in our favor. I think I'll maybe just bring in 1. What do you guys think? The curse? Soul Reap hasn't been a problem. Sometimes you can play this list and you run into like 3 green decks in a row and it feels bad. I'll just leave it at that. I'm not sure if Soul Reap, Overthinking this. These last 2 games make it feel like I need more graveyard removal, huh? Yeah, Spellbomb's really the only way out of that, or the Debt to the Kami, and we've got both. So I don't want to border on overboarding. Let's try this. Second you overboard for graveyard removal or redesign something, then you end up seeing nothing but non-graveyard lists, which is getting rarer and rarer. Most people rely on the graveyard a little bit. Like to play first? Yes. Good hand, good hand. I'd like a little... It'd be nice to have a 1-drop, but we'll keep this. Got a Sign in Blood play. If he comes out with an early night, we've got Debt to the Kami, which they know we're running, but... I'm just worried what kind of life package he brought in. Like I said, most people are pretty prepped and ready just because of... this deck would be about 10% better if Golgotha Burn wasn't a thing. All right. Very common turn 2 move for me there to just find that 3rd swamp and get things rolling. There's a renewal. I'm not sure if Debt should eat that. I'll probably wait to see if a critter follows it up. That feels pretty good. Let's do this, and then we'll kiss. And we're feeling really good now. Got Double Madness in hand. 2 draw spells. Spellbomb in the house. A lot of purple in the art for this list, you know. Thanks for joining me, everybody. It's the last show for Pauperganda on this of this month. Gotta be careful what I say there, right? All right, cool. I'm gonna be able to debt that. Boop, 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 boom, bop, ba, da, bop. Exiles a creature they control. You, sir. Thank you, Nim Chimpskey. A couple weeks back, I had the wrong thing stored, or I mean, I had the, what was it, Paraka's Libation instead of that. And I was like, oh my God, what an oversight. Keeping me honest. You got to hope that, you keep a hand like that. Angelic Renewal, your mana's right, and you got a Breathless Night. Keep, and maybe the Debt to the Kami is the, could be the beginning of the end. Very true, Quadratic. Ducat BT. You're leaving forever? Nah. We're just got a Halloween party next weekend, so that's where I'll be. Yeah, this is interesting. Pop, 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 and then draw. I'm going to Sign in Blood here. I'm just drawing a whole lot of cards. Should I kiss again? Nah, we'll just double Alms at the opponent's turn here. Keep our hand right where it's at. Got another kiss in hand. And Soul Reap any shenanigans. Not the greatest card against his kind of list. So many, it's like fighting against Black Sack, where it's just like, okay, I'll just draw 2 cards after you, use all this stuff up. But it would be so epic if that did 3, if it just had a target, but it doesn't. Ooh, I almost clicked on this. That's a bad idea. Oh, discard this, targeting this. I'll go like this, this, and this. Paying like this. Yo. Gaining life. Lots of life. Let's go. Ooh, that's aptly timed, isn't it? We shall stop all shenanigans thusly. Let's draw a card now. Kami showing up. That's pretty cool. Already seen the combat tricks. Not sure it's worth blocking with a witch there, as he can make that hit for 3. Down he goes. Is it coming back? I doubt he's going to trip the renewal for that. Little squirrel shows up, immune from our Soul Reap tricks. Ooh-wee. It's like black sack with an extra color. Very nice. Soul Reap's art has always reminded me of the Matrix when they're in that little gooey like egg or whatever in the Matrix. Even Spellbomb's got all that purple in it. Quadratic Hawk's right. Purple is definitely kind of the go-to color when you're trying to make something dark but still legible. Always love the counterbalance of this art. Bars going this way, water going that way. That's some good stuff right there. Tyrant's choice. At game night the other night, I'm making my neighbors laugh. We were talking about like, oh, so-and-so would be a good like mayor or something. I'm like, nah, I'd only make a good tyrant. Yeah, any enchantments? No. Destroy target enchantment or gain 2 life. Your choice. Gaining some life. I think Orange Mitten's one of the only people I know that still plays with that. One of the original avatars of Magic Online was a 2-headed giant. I think it was one of the very first, not avatars, but the first like, oh, welcome to like, you know, month 6 or something. And they like, I think that's what happened with it. Pauper Tim might be able to correct me, but I'm sure he's not in the chat right now. Too decent of a guy for that kind of shenanigans. Alrighty. See what we can do here. Well, Dawnbringer could kill that. That would suck. Kami's not as an interesting move here too. Let me kiss here. I think I want to Soul Reap this and trip the bomb. Alright, let's do this now. This one here. And in response, I want to do this to this. That ain't gonna work. Confusion. Yes. No damage, but all right, our sideboard's definitely here. Win, lose, or draw. I think this will be the last game because I don't want to miss the UFC event. So sorry for the short show. I got lots of Pauper to play tonight. Can't be burning out. Know what I'm saying? That's impossible. As long as you're playing something you like. No, it's a Breathless Night. One more swamp. We can double debt to Kami. That'd be pretty nice. Unless he wants to sacrifice this and get a little greedy. Uh-oh, that puts us out of range, don't it? Darn these long-winded lists. Well, I could say enchantment here. Call enchantment. We've only got the one, right? None of these are... Yeah, let's do that. That way we get around any sort of village rights sort of freebies. Could soul reap that Breathless Night, but if anything, any tricks go down, that one's over. Hey. Let's see. I can do that just about any time. Can block that all day long. Do that next turn. I think we hold here with let me Tyrant here. Told ya. So yeah, we can block, shoot, a variety of things. I'll chill. Witches is such a good blocker. Just made for... Okay. I think I need to shoot this now so that Village Rights is his only out. So we got a debt to the Kami with that Breathless Knight's name written out right on it. So let's see if we can get away with this one. Hell of a game so far. That's not good against us. We have a grand total of like 5 or 6 creatures. So that's good. Might have to just soul reap that Scorpion first so that our debt to Kami will actually work. Hey, Pangolin Wrangler, nice to have you with us, my friend. Happy Halloween at ya. Here's our Halloween show. Again, another reminder, we will not be on next weekend, but we'll be steady after that. I just got a party to attend. So we're getting decimated by lifelink decks all day. Yeah, no. We beat that Terror list pretty easy, but that Grindfest last round, and now we're up against this strange shenanigans. All right. Here's what I'm thinking. We've only got enough mana to double play these. I would love to get the value out of Soul Reap, but I'm going to play it out of order so that we can at least try to kill that knight. If he's got any sort of combat tricks, which probably does, we're going to be really out of luck here. We don't get the 3 life bonus. Sometimes you gotta play the lesser of 2 weevils, right? Any Master and Commander fans out there? I guess we debt now. I mean, he's obviously going to choose the other one, but Strings music, nice Mtmentat. Yeah, when we were where I was last week for our wedding, Halloween-themed wedding, it was really cool. But I was stuck in the hotel room. Family is out doing shopping or something, and I think I worked out, went to the pool and stuff, and then I came inside. Master and Commander was on. Like, okay, there goes my afternoon. Sure enough, even with really crappy reception and stuff, I was like, I'll watch this. Hey, think Timmy's got our number. 3 life a turn. That's hard. All right. We have played 1 debt, 2 debt, 3 debts. We're out of debts. Yikes. Seb McKinnon strikes again. Whenever there's good work to be had, he's behind it. I redesigned the banner page for YouTube and Twitch, just made it really simple. But I was really looking at some Seb McKinnon artwork. I was like, what artwork really screams Pauper, you know? Couldn't quite come to a consensus. I started doing a collage and it just started looking a little junky. So I just went with a really sleek blue with our propaganda homemade font. That was one of the hardest things to do when I started propaganda, was building a font. That was man, Breathless Night. Tough to kill. It's a very cool idea, cool list. Oh yeah, Quadratic Hawk. There's a lot of similar. It's pretty hard to come up with a. I know Disney had a pretty awesome font artist when I worked there. I learned a lot from him. All right. I guess what, we just shoot this to stop the life here. I'll shoot now. Oh, hey, thank you for that, Pangolin Langer. I really like that. Makes my day. Yeah, it's impossible for me to, like I was telling you at the beginning of the show, the new intro at the top of the show, I worked a couple hours on, and I missed 1 frame, and I caught it last night, and I got up in the middle of the night and fired up everything and took 1 frame out. Not that anybody but me would probably notice, but it's almost a sickness at this point. It just can't get around it. Just how I roll. All right, let's gain some life here. I think I'm gonna. Do I pitch the witch? I'm gonna pitch it right now. I don't think we're winning this game. All right, I'll bring that out. I'm gonna take 4, 3. We're headed for L land, folks. All of our debts have been paid. Feels like we need about 8 debts of the comedy to fight Pauper Tim's list here. Pretty darn resilient. It's neat when you make an Orzhov deck, because you just have so many like hate bears. You know, you can. Speaking of the number 1, like standard bear, I'm sure he's got access to that, and then you start unearthing and doing all kinds of good stuff. As long as your deck doesn't hiccup on mana, it's good times. Yeah, Quadratic Hawk. I started this project about 5 or 6 years ago. Shirazma was one of our very first, when we started attempting to stream. It was pretty rocky in the beginning. Me and my buddy Little Fight, who taught me magic back in 1994, got me into it, and we came back together cross-continent. I live in California, unfortunately. He lives away in the Carolinas, and we started doing a show together, and he got a bit burned out the last year or so. He used to be quite the regular here, but you know, that's why I don't tend to stream a lot. I like to stream a little, because burnout is a thing. I don't think are winning this anytime soon. You know, if we discard Tyrant's Choice into a Hadar, yeah, but then he just brings stuff back. I guess I'll just try to keep his life total down. We'll go with torture. Yeah, Halloween, the actual day, is always a little sad for me because the season's, so close to ending. I always like the whole month of October leading up to it the most. But ransack the lab. I haven't seen this one in a while. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them in the graveyard and the rest in... Wait, put one of them in your hand and the rest in your graveyard. Yeah. That. He's got a number. We've already tripped 1 Spellbomb. We've got 1 more. 35 cards to find it. Here comes the love. Bam. All right, Pauper Tim, I'm calling. You got me on this one. Too much value out of the graveyard. Not enough targets for us to hit there. So, like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to be playing this today. I might. It's always a deck I really like to lean on. If we run into decks like that, it'll be a bad decision. But, you gotta play what you like. That's always the lesson I've learned there. I really like the 2 Rancid Earths on the side just because of gate decks and being able to mop up Sacred Cats and little 1/1s along the way. I like it over the 2 damage that you get with Choking Sands. Just always preferred leaning on this. And plus, all our guys live through it, being they all have 2 toughness backsides there. So, yeah, good times. All right, guys. So I'm going to call this one a little bit short. I would love to play all day long and keep throwing Halloween promos at you, but I'm a big fight fan, and the UFC event that I paid a lot of money for is about to start, and it's a hell of a card. So, great game, Pauper Tim, Shirazman, Nim Chimpskey. Thanks for always having my back. I'm going to roll to a little more commercials than usual for anybody that hasn't seen them. They're my bread and butter, and I only get this time of the year to usually play them. So it'll probably be about 5 minutes before I pull the plug on the show today. But yeah, it's going to be a good time. Thanks, Mtmentat, and thanks for joining me, everybody. And again, we'll be back November. Business as usual, and hopefully crushing some fools. But I'm the one that feels like a fool now. All right, guys. Adios. We'll see you in November. Love y'all.
Darkness falls across the land. The midnight hour is close at hand. Creatures crawl in search of blood to terrorize y'all's neighborhood. And whosoever shall be found without the soul for getting down must stand and face the hounds of hell and rot inside a corpse's shell. The demons squeal in sheer delight. It's you they spy, so plump, so right. For though the groove is hard to beat, yet still you stand with frozen feet. You try to run, you try to scream, but no more sun you'll ever see. For evil reaches from the crypt to crush you in its icy grip. The foulest stench is in the air, the funk of 40,000 years, and grisly ghouls from every tomb are closing in to seal your doom. And though you fight to stay alive, your body starts to shiver, for no mere mortal can resist the evil of the thriller. Can you dig it?